Hello my dear students. So in this lecture I am going to talk about arrays and pointers, the relation between arrays and pointers, because we know that array is also kind of variable that can hold same kind of elements, more than one members, right? So we know that array is a collection of elements with same data type. So they are having multiple values, but at the same time they are going to be stored at some memory location, right? Array is also stored in some memory location, so we can also use pointer to point an array. But how you can point the pointer to an array, that I am going to show you in this video, right? So as you can see, we will start with the base address. So if you know that array elements will be stored in contiguous memory location, that means suppose I am storing my name Komal to an array, character array, right? So suppose k is on 200 place, the address of k is 200, then O is stored at 201, M is stored at 202, and so on, right? So it will be assigned contiguous memory location, that is called contiguous memory location is assigned to an array. But where the first element, the element at the 0th index is stored, is known as the base address. So the array starts, so whenever I am declaring an array, the enough amount of memory is allocated to that particular array to store all its elements, and the first element where it is stored is known as the base address of an array. So you can see the written over here that the base address is the location of first element, index 0 of an array. The compiler also defined the array name as a constant pointer to the first element. So suppose I'm going to write it in a whiteboard that how exactly this look like. So don't worry if you don't understand the theory. I am just giving this notes so that you can prepare good notes for your mid-semester exams. Now in the next slide we are going to see the declaration. So here I have declared one array X, which is named as X, having 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically it is integer array. Now suppose that the base address of X is 2500. That means base address means the address of the first element. That means the value 1 will be stored at address 2500, and each integer acquire 4 bytes. So suppose in that system integer variable is acquiring 4 bytes. So for storing 1 I need 4 byte, then storing 2 I need 4 byte, for 3 I need another 4 bytes, so on. So from address 2500 to 2504 there will be one will be stored, right? Because it acquires one integer element acquire 4 byte in that system. Now after that it will start storing the second element, that is 2. So 2 will be start storing from 4. So 0, 1, 2 and 3 is occupied by one element. Then 4, 5, 6 and 7 will be occupied by second element. Then 8, 9, 10 and 11 is occupied by third, and from 12 it will be starting with another elements, right? So this is how it will be storing the array elements, right? So you can see how array element can be stored. So you can say that address of x0 equal to 2500 here. that address of x1 equal to plus 4, right? So we already covered the scaling factor. Now p equal to x. Here p is address. But what if I return asterisk x, asterisk p? Asterisk p is value pointed by p, but simple p is equal to x. That means here x is array name, right? So I am assigning address of x to p. Here I have not written AND sign. If you want to write AND sign, then you have to mention that you are assigning address of first element to p. So either you can write p equal to x. X is array and its base address will be assigned to p, that is 2500. But if you are not writing like that, if you want to use the ampersand, the AND sign, then how you can use p equal to AND address of x0, that is the address of element at 0th index. So these both are equivalent. So we can access successive value of x, that is x0, x1, x2 and so on by using p++. So in the video of scaling factor, I have already mentioned that if you are doing p++, that doesn't mean that you are simply adding 1 to my address. You are adding size of data type, right? So here x is integer, array is integer, and the pointer is also pointing to an integer array. So you are doing p++, that means you are adding size of integer in that system. In my program, I have assumed that this integer is taking 4 bytes, so every time it will add 4 to my address. I hope you have gone through the video of scaling factor. So p equal to address of x0, that is 2500, p plus 1 equal to address of x1, that is 2504 and so on. This is how you can write it. Also you can write, p plus I asterisk p plus I. So value stored at p plus ith location. So p plus I asterisk will be similar to x of I. The element x of I, array x of I or x of 0 can be written as p plus 0 asterisk, right? X of 1 can be written as p plus 1 asterisk. So this is how you can assume the generalized form, because we are going to use loops with pointers and arrays. We are going to use this mixture. At that time you must know these concepts. So here I have given one example in which I am finding the average of an array by using pointers. So we have already performed this program, but in this program I am using a function passing array as an argument, and then I am finding the average and returning to my main function. But you can see that in this program I have used pointer with array. So if you want, you can also perform this program in your IDE and check your output, right? So here array is of type integer. So p of I, you can I relate the terms that I have mentioned. Now the last topic of this video is all about the pointer to pointer. So as you know that pointer is the variable that will store the address of some another variable. You can also create one another variable, that is pointer variable, that is pointing to address. So suppose p is pointing to a, you can create one another pointer p1 that is pointing to p. You can create a chain like that. So you can see that here the p0 to p2, so p is an array. So you have created one array and pointer p is pointing to that addresses. So you can also use double asterisk sign to show the pointer pointing to pointers, right? Here maybe you will be not able to understand this malloc syntax, that is p equal to integer pointer malloc 3 into size of integer, because this concept we are going to study in the chapter of dynamic memory allocation. So right now if you don't understand, don't worry, we are not going to use this in our practical right now. We are just going to perform practicals using pointer. I hope you understand this concept. Now let's go to my whiteboard in order to understand whatever I have studied, whatever I have taught about the pointers. So let's go to my whiteboard. Hello everyone. So now we are inside our whiteboard and I am going to show you that how pointer works with our arrays. So suppose I have declared one integer array, say a, which is having size 10 or say which is having size 5, right? And I am initializing it by saying say 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So in my memory somewhere this array is stored in contiguous memory location like this. So 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 will be stored like this. Here it is labeled as A and here it will be giving indexes 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is how my array look like. Now what is the base address? Base address, that is address of A, is the address where the first element is stored. Suppose this is stored at 200. Now in my system integer is occupying 4 bytes suppose. So this will be at 204. This will be at 208. This will be at 212 and this will be at 260. Right? So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 element is there. So 20 plus 5 into size of integer. So that is 4. So answer is 220. So this array will occupy size from 200 to 220, right? Because 2016 to 2020 there will be element 50. So this is how it will be stored in contiguous memory locations in my system. So this is how array is stored. So suppose if I am declaring one pointer, integer pointer, because array is integer, that's why I am taking integer pointer. And if I am telling p equal to a, that means I can write this. This is valid, but I cannot write this. I cannot write this. This is wrong. But this is valid. So that means P is having value base address of A, which is 200 in our case, right? So you can do it like this. If you don't want to write like this, then also you can write it as write it as say P. Let me change the color. So you can write it as P equal to and A of 0, which is similar, so it will be 200 only, right? So this is how you can use arrays with pointers. Now let me erase extra terms. So I am just erasing this. Now here, as you know that P equal to say if it is P equal to A. So if we are writing P plus 1, that means A of 1. This was P of 0, right? P plus 0, A plus 0. P plus 2, that means address of A of 2. P plus 3, that is address of A of 3. Can you relate these terms? You can see that address of A of 1 is 204. Here A of 1 is 204. How it comes? P is 200 plus size of integer into 1. So here answer is 204. So that's why the scaling factor is really very important to understand. So answer is 204. Okay, I am again doing the same mistake. Okay, so this is how it. So this is addresses. This is addresses. What if I access value at them? What if I access A of 1, not address of A of 1? So I can simply do asterisk over here. That means value pointed by P plus 3, value pointed by P plus 2, value pointed by P plus 1. That means A plus 1. So here I can say P plus 1 asterisk equal to A of 1. So here P plus 1 is having answer 10, right? So this is how arrays and pointers works together. Now let's go and perform so many practicals over pointers so that it will be very easy for you to understand the pointers. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section and ask me. I will reply in the comments as well as in the personal messages if you want, right? So I want you guys to study very hard and get some good insight and knowledge about C programming and any other programming language. Okay, see you in the next class with practicals. Thank you so much.